Be part of the Listening Radio every Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 12 midday for authentic conversations and sharing experiences on the brunch. For entertainment, join our Drive Time crew on Mondays for international and national sport updates. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays on The Drive with The Vibe for entertainment news and celebrity gossip. On Thursdays, entrepreneurship and mentoring. And to get you started for the weekend with top trending songs on the DJ's Vibe every Friday. All this from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy your Saturdays on the Fun Box from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for laughter, relaxation, and family moments. And no, we do not forget the little ones. Bedtime stories at 8 p.m. We measure our success by how we wow our customers and listening audience. Stay tuned, for this is Radio Fry Fry on 97.1 FM. You be part of the Listening Radio every Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 12 midday for authentic conversations and sharing experiences on the brunch. For entertainment, join our Drive Time crew on Mondays for international and national sport updates. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays on The Drive with The Vibe for entertainment news and celebrity gossip. On Thursdays, entrepreneurship and mentoring. And to get you started for the weekend with top trending songs on the DJ's Vibe every Friday. All this from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy your Saturdays on the Fun Box from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for laughter, relaxation, and family moments. And no, we do not forget the little ones. Bedtime stories at 8 p.m. We measure our success by how we wow our customers and listening audience. Stay tuned, for this is Radio Fry Fry on 97.1 FM.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry Fry's mid-morning show, The Brunch, from Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. till 12 midday on 97.1 FM, live on our Facebook page, Radio Fry Fry, and on our website, www.fryfry.live. Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.
Okay, my family must know this is a country boss, and I dey live na Fry Fry radio and visual, of course, 97.1 FM. And you know this is a country boss. Whenever they're in the country, of course, I dey listen to Fry Fry radio. So Yusuf, Ojoko, Fry Fry radio is the best for listening to. Now, I show the talk.
Ayo! You know something Fry? Now the sweet test the way guy be red. If you not plant it, put on the Fry. Yes. Me na jaw kate. From today, Sotogo, and listening to Radio Fry Fry 97.1.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry Fry's mid-morning show, The Brunch, from Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. till 12 midday on 97.1 FM, live on our Facebook page, Radio Fry Fry, and on our website, www.fryfry.live. Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.
Hello, family. Good morning. Ushe Kapo Seke Imperi Welcome to the Brunch, brought to you courtesy of Radio 5 97.1 FM. Of course, you're in his head. I'm always glad for the now. So we to now, for say Happy New Week to you. Say you enjoy the game. If you soak, I will tell you, Osh, well, at the season, it's the time. We'll see out for what church yesterday being talked, but we thank God. Just in case you're only tuning in now, I welcome you once again. Now, for more than say, obviously, anytime we get an there's always a reason. That is, we are about to have a very important conversation. Usually, what we can do inside every month, we can get a very serious focus where we get subtopics and on that way. Try for bring the light to we could help we all for able to approach a far more healthier and a far more positive perspective. And at least bring them to the way people that can bone that to where we're knocking them eye facing and see how they for both work them and make it easy for we all from private citizens and human beings especially. So today, of course, inside this month, before I go to the today, inside this month we focus obviously on family business, when our family issues. We try for book all the if the problem they will don't notice, they don't become an issue in the family. Most people don't know how to handle. So sometimes go get access to a therapist or you're not able to talk to a pastorate. Simple principles that you go need and we try for bring them at the table and would also create an opportunity. But make yourself able to come in, give your own suggestions them or even ask you questions then so that we will be able to help you. That's how we usually do it. And today we focus on the whole conversation therefore being communication. But before you know all thing, but all thing and all thing, then we'll just start like our we want to start with Papa God today, and by that it means that we get the pass of the day. After that, they will follow up with the quote of the week and with the Galan. I will say we will with the house. So it's our quote. So the verse of the day comes from Colossians 3:13, and it says, "Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgive you." I'm going to go over this one again and says, "Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you." That is very, very important. You know, when they talk about forgiveness and when they talk about bearing with each other, there is always something that will come before all of that. It's easy to bring it out and say, hey, forgive somebody, bear with somebody, and all of that. But there is something that leads you to the place of forbearance, and there is something that leads you to the place of forgiveness. And I believe say that in our first agreement, understanding. And for me, all that and they come to pass, obviously you need communication. They can't talk more about communication. And after this, we won't forget the quote of the week. The quote of the week, they come up from Brad Pitt, and it says, "A family is a risky venture because the greater the love, the greater the loss. That's the trade-off, but I'll take it all." This now reality where I believe say we all get for face. I don't know if that's one of the reasons and they will make some man okay one for allow themselves for love much inside the context of family. But that's just the reality. The more you're able to love your loved ones, the more you are going to have to feel the impact of loss, whether it be say then travel, whether it be say then die, whether it be say then just go out of that niche we make you for the city all the time, whatsoever, you're just going to eventually have to find the strength to lose them. Now I make it where you born Pekin as my papa. At the end of the day, what Papa God say, "For this cause a man shall leave his father and mother." It's just the reality of life. I pray say well before come to that place there. And even as they can go there for one for talk also a little bit about the topic in a communication. But before that one day, the man where they can help you for learn how to communicate when I know less a person. Me used for call him Coach CHEMEZIE, but he gets a wonderful Nigerian name where we Saloma then Kings train for call. So I allow him for make it introduce himself. And we go know.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is CHEMEZIE OFODUM, and it's great to be here again.
Just in case, me today, I feel for give out some prizes. Anybody for call this man name, fine, call. I mean personally, they give you that credit today.
Very good.
You start the chance for me 10,000 support.
Wow.
If you're able for call in name, fine. Not call again. No.
Okay.
I'm saying, listen. If you call in name, fine. Free top up for you. Anyway, so going straight into the conversation, today we want to talk a little bit about communication, and something you don't know a little bit about. So we can use the in communication skills for me introduce himself. Moment we know a little bit about and why make the record today in the person for me who can talk to, we can talk communication.
Yes, thank you very much. So, my name is, I should not say it.
Not talk again.
Well, popularly called Coach CHEMEZIE because that's what I do. I'm a life coach. I'm a relationship coach. I'm a family therapist. So these are the general names, but the core practice of what I do is to help people to become better in their individual lives so that they will become better couples or married people so that they will raise a better family. All right? So the idea is that it's like impacting the society one person at a time. You get it? If you are a better person, I tell people that the better person you are, the more knowledge you have, the more chances that you will have a good marriage because you would know the kind of people that would fit in your life. Do you understand? And it will be easier to identify the people that won't fit. Generally speaking. All right. A lot of people get it wrong because they don't know what they should be looking out for. They don't know what qualities are important. So even though in themselves they are quality persons, but they allow their emotions lead them and then they marry what will give them problem.
Wow.
Oh yes. As a matter of fact, have you not heard that they say if a man, let me not genderize it, so that some people don't come for me, but they say if a person marries the wrong person, a wicked and evil person, they say the devil he has left you alone. Because he has planted his assistant in your house. Yes. So, because he has left you with somebody that will keep you busy. So if you leave you and go and pursue other people.
I had a man of God talking something very similar about a church. He says some churches, the devil doesn't need to go anymore.
It doesn't go there. His people are there, they'll do the work. So it's the same thing with marriage and family. All right. So, but the point I'm making is that my core is to help people become better in every area of life. Because ideally, the better you are, the better choices you will make. The more informed choices you will make, and those choices will affect every area of your life, especially your family. I'm not just talking about the family you came from. I'm talking about the family that will come out of you. All right? Because you could not do anything about the family you came from. Yes. You did not decide. They did not consult you. They did not ask you questions. You found yourself there. Do you understand? But what you will now determine is that from here going forward, what kind of person will I become? What kind of family will I create? What kind of family will come out of me? All right? And that starts with identifying the right person to marry so that your values are in sync or are compatible. Let me use that word. You can relate on the same frequency. You can desire the same things or the same kind of things. You can be flexible with each other. You can be united in your purpose, in your dreams, in your goals. Do you understand? When you get it right there, then you are closer to raising, a thriving and a blissful family. Okay, so that's what I do. It's a mix of life coaching and marriage and family, both coaching and therapy.
And that is a lot of communication teaching because obviously you can't do that if you cannot listen well, you will not learn. And if you are not learning, you cannot implement.
In fact,
everything is communication.
It's all communication, as a matter of fact. It's all communication.
So I would say, going into the aspect of communication, if there should be a way that you will define communication in a nutshell, what would that be for you?
Okay, so defining communication for me, I didn't think of that, but it's good to, I tell people that the test that you understand something is that you can communicate it in simple terms. So if I'm defining communication, what I'll say it is being able to relate a message between at least two parties where both the sender and the receiver understand clearly what is being said and take appropriate actions in response to what was said, then communication is complete. So there's the element of the sender and there's the receiver. If the sender sends a signal, a message, an information, and the receiver does not understand it, communication is not complete. So it's one thing for the sender to send a message and then the receiver receive it, decode it, interpret it, understand it, process it, and then respond to it in an appropriate way. Okay, so there's a sender, there's the understanding, the processing, and all that, and then there's a response to that message. Then that communication cycle is complete. Yeah, because if I'm just talking at you, I'm using that word "at" because if I'm talking and there's no response from you, then it's just me delivering. It's not communication. I'm talking. All right. But when I talk, you understand, and then you can talk back, and then I receive it and understand it. Then that cycle of communication has been completed.
You know, based on what you just said, I feel like a lot of us who are not born into families where communication ever existed. Because we are used to be talked at.
Yeah, you are talked at. You don't have any.
Are you mad?
Who are you?
Are you mad?
Who are you?
Hey.
You can't try it.
So that means our parents were not.
Look. Many families or many parents,
especially in Africa,
exactly. Are not good communicators. They are instructors, and then some are. Let me use a nicer term. Some are very angry people. So all they do is shout at you and beat you and yell at you, but not communicate with you.
Wow.
Because so long as you don't have the opportunity to process it, to respond to it, and they listen to what you're saying. Because in some cases, when you respond, you collect backhand slap. You know what they call backhand slap? So for it to be complete, there must be the response that is appropriate to what was said.
Wow. The fact that you just divided communication into three very important terms, that is actually sending the message, processing the message, and responding to
appropriately
the message after you have received it. It brings me back to a place where I would say I would see too much room, a lot of room even, for error in the processes of communication.
Oh, very good.
A lot, because you can want to communicate something and use the wrong words, which will make it difficult for the person to process.
Very true.
And you can actually use the right words, and based on the person, reality, what's the way you understand.
You understand.
Still misinterpret what they say.
Very true.
You can use the right words, the person processes well, and responds, but doesn't choose the right words as well. There's so many. Everywhere there's problem everywhere. So
that's right.
How can we minimize this problem? Because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's a very good question. And what you have said now is very key that people understand this, because this is where problems usually start. I say something, you don't understand it. You think you understand it. So you respond based on what you think you understand, all right, according to your own ability to process and interpret, all right? And then you respond to me in a way that is right for you, but is wrong by me, because that is not what I was looking out for. So an example is where I say something innocently that triggers you to be angry, or that reminds you of something, or you misinterpret it and you think that I spoke wrongly to you, and then you respond out of anger, all right, and maybe even attack me, and then me, in trying to protect myself, I attack you back, and then before you know, it's a big fight. And when people are asking what caused it, I say, I don't know, I was on my own, and this brother just came and started telling me hurtful words. And then the brother was like, how can you say that? It is you that started it. When you said that, I was wondering, but how did what I say lead to this? Do you understand? Because what happened was, it was not properly understood, all right? And then it was taken, to the wrong context, to the wrong direction, and it changed everything. So that's why communication is very key. And for you to minimize these kind of things, we tell people to be graceful. And let me explain what I mean. In communication, don't assume that the person you are talking to understands what you're saying. Don't assume. Assumption is the mother of disappointment. Assumption is the lowest level of knowledge. In fact, assumption is zero knowledge. All right? So you don't assume that he got the message now. No. Typically, you should find a way to seek feedback. Did you understand what I said? Or if you're the one receiving the message, you can say things like, if I got you right, did you mean that? Or are you trying to say that? Or what I hear from what you're saying is that? Or did you say that? Try to confirm. And this is one thing I've seen happen a lot. You tell somebody something, they don't understand it. They just say, okay. Especially some people who are artisans. They are working for you. You have described exactly what you want. They don't understand it. All they know is what is in their head, what they are used to. You tell them how you want it, they tell you yes. And they do the same rubbish that they always wanted to do. And you're disappointed and you tell them, but I explained to you, I told you that they will be explaining to you why what they did is correct. And they are wondering why you're angry.
It's just that the reality that you are trying to explain to them is actually existent in your own ecosystem. And it is void in that. So even with the best of intentions, they will still get it wrong.
Oh yes, until they are able to process it correctly and understand it.
So you see, when you bring it up like this, we have to start pinpointing certain things.
Yeah.
Like firstly, how are the ways that people can send a message? I would say appropriately, because like something and we can do, or they say we try to communicate. Sometimes now we defend the problem for ourselves. Like for some people, you might be let's say you're a scientific person, and I am a banker, and you try to explain stuff to me from your scientific point of view. There's literally no way that my banking experience will help me to understand. So based on these things, I feel like when we are talking about communication, we have to step into all the four different processes.
We'll try our best. It's a long talk.
Try to paint certain things. So what would you say would be the appropriate way for someone to send a message, whether it be verbally, non-verbally? But what will you say would be the safest and the best way to do it appropriately to get the kind of response you want?
First of all, you need to know the kind of person you're talking to.
Okay.
Oh, yes. You need to be sure that there are people who can process at the same frequency. Do you understand? So, if you go to China now and you cannot speak Chinese, you will be deceiving yourself to assume that the typical Chinese man you see on the street would understand English.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You'll be deceiving yourself to assume that. Let's not even go too far. The ones you see around you here in Sierra Leone, go and speak English to them. They will not understand what you're saying. They don't speak English. So you need to understand the kind of person that you're talking to first.
Yeah.
And know what exists in their own frame of reference, in their own world. All right? If you can bring yourself to that realm, to relate with them at that level, then it's excellent. Do you understand? But if you, again, assume that they should understand what you're saying, then you're breaking that first rule I gave, that don't assume. All right. So you need to first establish same level, same foundations with you and that person you're talking to, and be sure that they can understand. They have what it takes to understand what you're saying. If they don't, then you need to find a way to get to their level. This thing I'm saying now, let me just make a quick diversion and then we'll come back to this. This is a major error parents have in raising their children.
Okay.
You are talking to your toddler who is less than 2 in a way that you would talk to a fellow adult. You expect them to understand and respond to you as a man would. Then you are angry when you tell your child, stop that, and he says, no. Come here, no. He's just learning how to say no. And then you are saying, stop about it, deal with you, I will beat you. Something is wrong. You are not relating at his level. You see, like I said, that's a quick diversion, but it's a valid example. You are not relating at his level. If you're relating at his level, you understand that no is one of the easiest words and one of the first words that the child learns to say, because that is one thing he hears you saying to him all the time. Because if he's going to touch fire, tell him, no, stop, come here, no. He wants to play roughly, he say, no. That's what they hear you say. So they're internalizing it. And for them, it's fun to be able to answer you when you're talking to them. So anything you're saying, how are you now? No. but because you're not relating at their level, you say this child is being defiant or is just a stubborn child. And then you're shouting at the child, you're beating them up, and you're doing all of those things that we do without proper understanding. That's just an example of not relating at the level of the person. So communication will always go amiss. It will always go wrong when you are not relating at the frequency where the person can understand you. All right. Now let's assume that you are now. We are pairs. We went to school. We can understand each other. Even at that, communicate clearly. Now, take note of what I'm about to say. Communicate clearly what the point is, not the emotions around the point. Let me say it again. Yes. Communicate clearly what your point is, not the emotions around your point. So, if I'm trying to tell you that, Lawrence, you need to hurry. We're going to miss the bus if you're not out in 30 minutes. The point I want you to know is that you need to be ready before 30 minutes so that we can meet the bus. But if I start with Lawrence, I'm telling you, you're not serious. Get ready. I'm telling you, if you miss that bus, I will deal with you. I'm not communicating the point. I'm communicating my emotions of anger, of fear, of frustration. All right? I think that I am communicating to you, but I'm sending a wrong signal. Me talking to you in that way would divert your attention from the key point I'm trying to send to you. I would make you rather be processing the negative vibe that is being channeled at you. So instead of you to be inspired to get ready quickly, you will be angry. Even if you still get ready quickly and achieve what the person wants you to achieve, but somewhere in your mind you're wondering, it doesn't have to be this rough. It doesn't have to be this hard. You see, so what happens there is that he's communicating out of emotion without just clearly letting you understand that why I need you to be ready early is because this is the only bus, and if you miss it, we'll have to wait till tomorrow to get another bus, or till 5 p.m. in the evening. You see, now just explaining that already lets me know that I need to do quick so that we don't miss that bus, right? But you see, the point is that many people communicate their emotions. They don't communicate the point they are trying to share. And it takes a lot of emotional mastery to do this. It takes a lot of maturing to be able to do this. This is why many bosses are very brutal at their subordinates, because they are communicating out of the fear of you not meeting up that deliverable, the fear of the backlash they will receive from their own superiors, the fear of if this project fails, the fear of, I don't want it to look like I don't know what I'm doing. That is what they are communicating instead of telling you what they just need you to do. So I know somebody then, in one place where I worked, who instead of telling you, get these deliverables ready by 8 a.m. tomorrow, what you hear is, if by 8 tomorrow, hey, if it's not ready, I will deal with you. What I will use your eye to see you, Calm down. You've not even told me what you want me to do. I'm telling you now. That's emotions talking. That's not. You're not communicating points. All right. At the end of the day, all you needed to say is, I have 1, 2, 3 deliverables for you, and it'll be good if you can have them on my table by 8 a.m. tomorrow. If you don't have them on my table by 8 a.m. tomorrow, there will be grave consequences for us as a department or an organization. So please do all you can. If anything is not clear, feel free to call me at any time, and I will explain to you. Message has been delivered. You see, but we want to communicate fear, threat, all right, anger. And then many times what that does is that it hurts the emotions of the person you're sending the message to. And if you're not careful, it will also instigate a response that matches that same energy. You get it now. So I talked about understanding the level of the person you're talking to. Don't assume that they know what you're saying. Be able to come to their level. And then I said communicate the points. Don't communicate the emotions. All right. So speak clearly about what's on your mind. Another thing I want to say is that some people don't know. Some people don't. So let me say this. Say what is on your mind. Say how you feel about the situation. A lot of people don't talk because they tell you it's just for peace to reign. I'm really angry, I'm offended at something he did, but I won't talk just so that peace will reign. But at the end of the day, this person does not know that their action has hurt you.
How can this peace reign?
So you understand? So you are there saying let peace reign. This person is doing it again and again, and he's happily doing it. You are angry, you're boiling deep down. You're saying, "Oh my God, what's going on? Terrible! You're a bad person." But you have not told them. They don't know. In fact, they think you like it. So they are doing it again and again, and then one day you have an outburst, and everybody is wondering, "But what happened?" And you say, "He's always talking to me like this. He's always behaving to me like this. I told you." But you did not tell him. He didn't know. So you see, it's not for peace to reign. Let your feelings be known. All right, so that the person too can process it and explain to you, and you are sure that you people understand what you're saying. Because it's possible that by the time I tell you this thing you're doing, I don't enjoy it. And then you tell me, "Oh, I actually thought you liked it because the other day when we went to so place, I saw you behave like this to somebody, so I thought you liked that kind of play." And I says, "No, that person was my younger brother. That's how we play. I only do that with my brother." "Oh, I did not know. But now that you have said it, sorry, our relationship will remain professional." You see? But until I said it, until you complained, you won't know. So it's very important to say what you want to say. All right? Now, that will take me to the next point. What you say is important. How you say it is important. If you are writing an exam, don't speak that English. Don't
try it at home.
No, don't try it at home. What you say is important. How you say, and the context around your saying it. So, how you say, where you say, when you say, is more important than what you say. Because it's possible somebody will say something to you, just both of you. You won't be quite offended. But they say it to you in the presence of your younger sister. And you feel like you want to belittle me. Do you understand? You get angry. They say it to you in the presence of other people where you try to package yourself as senior man. Do you understand? And then they fall your hand. They embarrass you there. Now, the problem is not just that you said this thing, but that you have made these people to think less of me. Do you understand? So it's not just about what you say, but how you say it, and then where you say it. Now, that how will take me to another point about communication, which is called non-verbal communication. When we talk about communication, what a lot of people think about is just talk. You talk, I talk, you talk, I talk. But as a matter of fact, talking with words is the least form of communication. Yes, talking with words is the least way to communicate. In fact, it is 7% of communication. What makes up the remaining 93%? Non-verbal communication. Shock you?
At this point, I'm asking myself this question in my head. What was I doing in school?
You're learning how to pass exam. That's what schools do for us. They teach you how to pass exam. So inside that 93% of non-verbal communication, 55% is your body language. The remaining 38% is your tone. So I can tell you, sorry. And I can tell you, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I can tell you, "Sorry! Sorry now." Which one of them? Which one of them between this last one and the second one is sweeter?
If it is by the sweet, I like the second one. That's why it's almost like you want to fight.
It's like fight. But I will tell you, but I told you sorry. Sorry now. So it's not just about the word that was spoken, but the tone around it. All right. Or I don't know how to describe this thing now. In Nigeria, they call it Yemu. Let me explain what it is, and you tell me what it is in Sierra Leone. Where I'm talking to you and I'm like, Lawrence, you be a better person, huh?
In Sierra Leone, we call it Shumu.
Shumu, exactly.
Shumu Pami.
You see, in Nigeria, we call it Yemu, right? So, clap for you. Hey, still very well. Radio presenter. See, I see it. So you may not say all the other things, but you're giving signs or signals of of disdain, of what's the word now? Of mockery. All right. So that is a form of communication. And that is why, if you remember those days in primary school, or maybe secondary school, where you have some very naughty children, and then they'll go and find trouble, they'll beat somebody else, and then the teacher's like, go and say sorry, because their dad is crying, go and say sorry, say sorry. Then they not come, sorry. Then when the teacher turn back, and then you don't say,
we are doing this.
you see, you are monk. The person don't say, look at him, see what he's doing. The person, no, this. You see, so that's non-verbal communication. Yeah. I'm not saying words, but I'm doing things that are provoking you. Yeah. And this is another area where married people have it really hot. Because, man, you know how to shout, you know how to command your wife, you know how to treat her anyhow. She cannot do you like that, but there's one small thing she used to do. It's called silent treatment. Yeah. You say anything? How are you? Fine.
Oh my God.
Is everything okay? Yes, so. How are the children? To thank God. How market? Fine. Do you want to eat? No. What's happening now? No, nothing now. Are you sure you're okay? Yeah. So you see what's going on? She's not saying much, but her body is saying the rest of it.
Everything.
Everything else. You see, that is non-verbal beyond the one word she's saying. You are getting more torment from what she's not saying.
I know, yeah.
And sometimes when you're settling conflicts in marriages, you hear people say things like, let her talk now, let her talk. You say, what should I say? I don't know you must talk. Because they prefer you to say something than do all those your silent moves, because that thing is piercing. You see, so non-verbal communication is in different areas. It's in different areas. With technology now, all right, when I'm chatting with you, right, I'm not talking. It's chat. When I use smileys, emojis, it's non-verbal, but you're supposed to get the message. As a matter of fact, I can't remember what country it was, where somebody was imprisoned because they gave a thumbs up to a message that was somewhat violent, or that was a crime. And then they said, yeah, you gave the thumbs up, you supported it, so you were a part of it, and it was your thumbs up that made them to go ahead and do it. But see, I never said anything, I did not do, but you did thumbs up on chat. So that's non-verbal. You see, so the point is that it is a lot more than just what you say with words. And that's what many people don't understand. Because you need to pay attention to what your body is saying. You need to pay attention to how you are sounding. You need to pay attention to the signals you are sending people. You see? So, for example, a guy walks into a bar and there's a beautiful lady sitting down by the corner, alone. The guy say, man, see racket. Okay, see, what do you call it? When you see babe, see babe, and then he's wondering. He has scoped around, he didn't see that she's with anybody, so he says, okay, she's available. Then he starts positioning himself, as a guy man, he's trying to get his swag on. What is happening? He's sending signals because he knows she's seeing him. You see, she has noticed a cool guy by the block, and then she hasn't said anything, but she stylishly adjusts her hair. She sets her clothes well, If he's not looking, she gets out a mirror and check that everything is okay so that she's presentable. And then he's looking her direction. When she knows he's looking, because she can see him with her side eye. Women are like that. They can see you when you have not seen them. You think you saw them first, but they saw you since, And then she starts adjusting, she starts doing some things, or she stands up so that you can check out the full package. And you're like, she fine. What's happening? She's talking to you. She's talking to you. It's non-verbal, but you are getting the message. All right? So let me use a different example now that will communicate something else. In African homes, there's how you and your mother, on your way back from church or from the market, you see one of somebody, an acquaintance or a friend, and they say, how are you? I have sweet, so do you want sweet? Your mother will not say, Pim. She won't say a word. she'll just look at you.
You take her now.
Take it first. Collect it. Collect it. Collect it now. She'll not look at you. Sometimes maybe she will say, she will say, if you have sense, go and collect it. That is non-verbal. She didn't say anything, but you got the message. Yeah, if you know what's good for you, you know, because she has told you in the house that when they give you things outside, don't take, don't take, even if I'm there, just tell the person, thank you, I don't want. You know, so now she wants to know whether that thing I've been telling you. Let me see whether you understand it, or whether you will allow this your hunger or long throat to go and embarrass the family outside. So she will not talk. She when they say, "Did you want to take?" Like she look, she turn her face like this. She'll be shaking her leg. Take it first. Take it. Do you understand? So the point is, she did not tell you don't take it, but her body language, her looks, something about the sound she made has told you that if you take it, you will have problem. Now, all of these things are cues that many people, they use it, but they don't know the impact. All right. And then for communication to be peaceful, you need to understand that both your body language, your tone, all right, all of the other non-verbal cues that you're giving have to be in sync with the words that you're saying. All right. If not, you can say something, and based on what the person is reading off your body language, they will get another message, which is actually the real message that you are communicating. You understand? Yeah. So you tell somebody, someone is eating, and you say, my friend, thank God you bought food on me. I don't even have money. Can I share with you? And then the person looks at you from head to toe, looks at you again, returns it, and say, eat. Okay. Eat now.
Oh my God. That eating experience.
You cannot, you will tell them, sorry, I'm now full. You are far too kind. Thank you. I don't want to again. Okay. Because they have used their eyes to embarrass you, to insult you, to tell you what kind of nonsense is this? You know what kind. So you will not, they told you eat, but you cannot eat because the full body language is telling you beware. And again, because I can make reference to scripture freely, the Bible says that be careful when you go to the house of a stingy man. It tells you eat. It says, but his heart is not with you. He says, be careful, look at him well, also in the book of Proverbs. He said, because that small thing you have eaten, you will throw it up because his mind is not there. So Bele go purge you because he didn't give it to you out of joy in his heart. Okay, so it's a principle in communication. You need to also be able to study the environment of the person. There are non-verbal cues. This is very, very key. These are some of the things that cause problems. You say, I did not tell him anything, but he said she insulted me. How did I insult you? Now, what did I say? It's not what she said, how she's behaving. How can she behave? He cannot explain it, but she knows what she did. You know? Yeah. So I've said enough on that. Let me see.
We usually, I'm happy that you have really used so much, I would say, very, very practical examples to explain non-verbal cues, because this is something that I believe we have not been taking to our advantage in Africa. Like, I know for a very serious fact that most Creole people in Sierra Leone are notorious for it. Other tribals, other tribes in Sierra Leone, I'm not so sure about.
Okay.
But the long and short of the whole thing is, sometimes when you are around certain people having conversations, discussions, quarrels in public, you get to read everything that the other person is not saying if you are used to non-verbal cues. And the person where they get issue with that person now, where they try for talk, and for some reason, clueless.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, you want to tell me say they see waiting this person they try for show, even if you're not able for say, huh?
Yeah.
Or like you find a husband and a wife in the public. The husband is talking down at the wife. The wife is not saying anything, but everything she is doing with her face and her body is literally telling him, "Now public with you, they talk to me
like
so
na public with the
and you can see that, and you're like, how you
Why are you not
this
getting
person?
the
You
message?
don't get this message. How not to manage?
Yeah.
So like it comes to a point where you know that if it's happening in the public place,
yeah,
it's definitely happening
happens
at home.
Yeah.
And if it's happening between husbands and wives, that means it will definitely happen between parents and children.
Of course.
And definitely happen between brothers and sisters.
Of course.
And all the guests.
Yeah.
So since that has been an issue, it is bringing us to a place where we have to accept that sometimes, even though you are communicating, receiving the message also can be an issue.
Yes.
Like in this case, in which somebody will be talking down at you and you're communicating with non-verbal cues that, no, don't do this to me. And the person is not receiving that. Why? Because at that time, either their emotions are exaggerated.
Exactly.
Yeah, or maybe they feel like what they have to say is far more important than what you think you're trying to say.
Exactly.
So you see, and bringing this, it shows us that communication creates too much room for conflict.
Oh yes.
And with that clearly said, it has to be a question that we must bring forth, which is it that we have an issue with processing the information communicated, or is it that we have not learned how to, I would say, properly respond? Because because I feel like that's the best way to use this.
Your two questions are the answers.
Oh my God.
Oh yes. You see, life is run by principles.
Okay.
You cannot give what you don't have. Typically, a man behaves out of his level of persuasion.
Okay.
In other words, it is what you know that will affect what you do. Yes. I'm just trying to say it as basic as possible. What you know is what affects what you do. So if in your head, out of 1/10, your processing ability is 3. If I serve you something that requires processing of 5, what will happen? All you can do is 3. So you will reduce that 5 to your 3 and interpret it up to level 3 and react based on level 3.
Wow.
I don't know if you got that analogy.
I got it. I'm saying you can break it down in Creole.
Yes. Now you can help me with that.
So, you know what he just said is, in a situation where you meet person where I would say they communicate in a higher level than you, if you're in a level where a little bit they beneath them, and then the person try to communicate with you on that in level there, no matter what he communicates, you not go for able for communicate at that level because you not reach there. So what they do, you compress, you take all what you don't talk up here, they bring and down to your level, and you try for relate with and day. Unfortunately, it means say you obviously get waiting in the try for say because you know the day.
Yeah,
I believe that's
so that's you tried.
It's tough.
You tried, but let me put it out because the way you have said it now, it will look like this other person's level is higher than you. So maybe educationally, in no book past you, it goes school past you.
Sometimes it's just that the person is far exposed than you, so your own terms and your own way of seeing things totally different from you.
Now the thing is, me and you can be at the same level in life. We go to the same school, we be classmates, we even share seats. But like you said, something about exposure and the way our mind works. Now let me break it down to the origin of that thing. I've talked about this time and time again. All of that is influenced by your family of birth. Yes. Oh yes. It's influenced by your family of birth. Biologically, there's what we call genes. If your parents are intelligent, you would have a streak of intelligence in your genes. Yes, because now 2 intelligent people now they born you, right? So the flip side, I leave it for you. So if your parents are not as intelligent, let me put it like that, there will be a streak of not as intelligent in you.
You know what I'm trying to say? Oh my God. You know what I'm trying to say?
Tell me.
Oh my God. So you are indirectly telling us that biologically it is possible for you to be
Oh yes.
Unfortunate. That is what I would say.
So I will balance it. So now you had no influence in that.
Okay.
It was not your choice.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Do you understand? As you begin to engage in life, you will get to a point where you may realize, where you should realize, that is like I don't know something well. Do you understand? And then I need to know better. When you get to that point, you should start putting yourself through the process of improving your knowledge. Do you understand? That's how life works. You have to be the one to take responsibility for getting out of a level that you are that is not working for you, that you think is a disadvantage. Nobody will do that for you. It's not God.
So that means it is not a judgment, it's just a
No, it's not judgment. Exactly. And then the other side to it is that even though you're not the book smart or intelligent, the way God is, the way nature works, nature is just and fair. Everybody has something that they are good at, that you are gifted at. So you feel not sabi speak English the way me they speak them, but you are the best talented football player in your community. Now you they cook food the best way in the community. There's always something you can do. You plait hair very well. You have hand skill. You can create things with your hand. Do you understand? There is always something you can do. So the fact say somebody they at that level, they at the level, does not in any way mean that you're not good enough. Do you understand? So I'm just trying to give that because it's important people understand it. Yeah. So yes, it starts from the family you're coming out from. So there's already some level of intelligence in the family, for example. And then as you begin to grow, you are seeing how your parents are responding to issues. You are hearing what they say. They teach you, they talk to you. You are receiving all those things as a child. And then it is influencing what we call your worldview. All right? The brain of the child is picking all of those things. There's what we call the plasticity of the brain. I will explain it. Yeah, exactly. Like plastics, like elasticity. Okay, it's that stage where between childhood to adolescence, the brain of the child is receiving all this information, is stretching, is growing. When it gets to adolescence, there's a level where it stops. All right, and that is why we tell people that it is harder to change a man. Because the thing that has made him this person is long. The thing started. It's from childhood. That is the best way to program children to be better people, right? So at that point, you can train the child in a particular way by the things they are observing.
Okay.
Now that person will go to school and meet another person whose parents talk and think differently. All right, perhaps not with the same perspective as this other person. They will be classmates. That one might even know mathematics more than this one. He might even score higher grades than you. But when two of you talk, when issues of life are presented, you will have a different worldview from this person. Why? Because of your upbringing and the influences and the subconscious programming that you have received from your upbringing and from your environment of growth. Do you understand this? So that is why I'm saying that you might not necessarily be in different economic or social levels, but something about the way and the experiences that have made you the kind of person you are will affect your processing ability. So now let me give you another example that will make it very clear.
That example, I want you to hold it to.
Is it time already?
I have to go quickly for a short commercial break. But I like everything we're having today. I'm seeing a lot of things that are very practical because this is what we want. We want it to be as practical as possible. So somebody out there, no matter outside, they go for say, okay, I know how to apply them because I'm saying they can get in conversation there. Yeah. You find out saying some people they will hear a lot, but they don't know how to put them into practice, which is why this is wonderful. But don't worry, just in case you listen to me now or you just tune in and you really be there inside with me every day inside, so don't worry, we're coming back. We're just going for a very short commercial break. Now we'll come back, don't worry. We'll open the phone lines them as well. So you self there before call in, give you contribution, ask you questions. If you even need we for going to the in-depth in a specific side, we're very willing to do that. Just stay tuned to Radio 97.1 FM. We'll be back.
So you mean say you sabi cook?
If I cook cassava leaf for you, you go bet your finger.
Cassava leaf? I'm a favorite plus as than you.
If not a way you in hurry, I for don't cook am for you.
Me? They in a hurry. We call cassava leaf. Get outside you go. I don't cancel all thing. Go cook. Any problem?
Me, problem. Will I go cook the cassava leaf for you?
Wife material.
Bamako, 40 yards. Na me. Share and carbon. Hello, Aminata. Teach me how to cook cassava leaf now. Hello? Oh God. You get out of me airtime back down. Hey me. I don't cook me bongo.
Run out of airtime or data? No worries at all. You can now buy airtime or data for yourself or others using AfriMoney. Dial *161*3# now.
Jesus. Wife material.
Bamako. 40 watts.
More and more people are using Rokel SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, like Rokel SIM Copper.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Rokel SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Rokel SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe and reliable.
Michel Group of Companies is reliable, competent, and trustworthy in providing quality service to its wide range of clientele. Through Mishcom, we provide premium internet service, secured data connectivity, VLAN and VOI over stats and fiber to mining industries, enterprises, hospitality industries, banks. We also provide fiber to home, point-to-point, and satellite backup for Freetown and provincial regions. Through our Michel Security Agency, called MSA for short, we provide a wide range of services that brings safety, security to our clients. Our services include Staff Guard, which also includes access and control room, customer service security, roving, mobile control, and many more. For more information, visit our head office at number 10I Samuel Lewis Road, Freetown, or call +232 73 554 616 or 232 32 554 616. Michel Group of Companies. We are the leaders.
This might sound selfish, you might call me that, but Jesus, I'm tired of being lied to and lying to people too. I'm tired of being stood up, getting people stood up. I don't wanna have dinner with anyone else but you tonight. No one else but you tonight. Oh Lord, come hastily, I'll take care of dinner. I'll fix some praise and worship for dessert. High class wine of pray you and me, and I'll fix my favorite your word. And you know it never goes bad. All I need you to come with your anointing. You're the Father in the spirit. I want you all to myself tonight. I want you all to myself tonight. I want you all to myself tonight. I want you all to myself, myself, myself tonight. Make my heart your home. I'll live for you alone. Come make my heart your home. Come make my heart your home. I'll live for you alone. Come make my heart your home. It's your voice I wanna hear. It's your touch I wanna feel. Your loving arms all around me, taking away the pain and shame. I need you now, all to myself. Your glory, Lord, I wanna know. It's the only thing I need to glow. Oh Lord, show me your glory tonight, tonight. I said, Jesus, I want you all to like him, missing out on all the love you share. So I need you to hold me in your arms tonight. 'Cause in your arms I find true love and peace and grace. I don't know what I will do without your love. Said I want you all to myself tonight. Lord, I need you all to myself tonight. Lord, I want you all to myself tonight. Lord, I need you all to myself, myself, myself tonight.
On the cross you were crucified, yeah. On the cross you were crucified. By the blood I am sanctified, yeah. By the blood I am purified. Father, you are the way, the truth, and the light, yeah. Only you are the way, the truth, and the light. Yahweh, yeah. On the cross you were crucified, yeah. On the cross you were crucified. By the blood it was ratified, yeah. By the blood it was certified. That only you are the way, the truth, and the light, yeah. Only you are the way, the truth, and the light. Yahweh, yeah, yeah. You amazing God, you amazing. You are amazing, Jesus. You amazing God, you amazing. Yes, Jesus, you are amazing. You amazing God, you amazing. There's none like you, Jesus. You amazing. You amazing God, you amazing. Amazing God, you are.
crucified, yeah. On the cross you were crucified.
It's not like you, Jesus, Jesus.
By the blood I am sanctified, yeah. By the blood I am justified. Father, you are the way, the truth, and the light, yeah. Only you are the way, the truth, and the light. Yahweh, yeah. You are amazing, God, you are amazing.
You are amazing, Jesus.
You are amazing, God, you are amazing.
You are the all-powerful Jesus.
You are amazing, God, you are amazing.
You are amazing. You are amazing.
You are amazing, God, you are amazing.
Amazing God, you are.
Amazing God, you are
For
to
the
me.
Thank you for the presence.
Amazing God, you are to me.
Incredible Jesus, that's who
Amazing
you are.
God,
Thank you,
you are
for
to
the
me.
Thank you for the presence.
Amazing God, you are to me.
You are amazing.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry's mid-morning show, The Brunch, from Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. till 12 midday on 97.1 FM, live on our Facebook page, Radio Fry, and on our website, www.fryfry.live. Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more. It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry's mid-morning show, The Brunch, from Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. till 12 midday on 97.1 FM, live on our Facebook page, Radio Fry, and on our website, www.fryfry.live. Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.
On The Brunch, we talk about everything. And I can always tell and I say, nothing not the free for talk, but not this place. Yeah, so take to family business. I mean, we don't count the mama there, the papa there, the pikin there, the granny there, the grandpa there. All man, even the one they shame self when we count, then I do. We don't bring them, even the Congo sour and the all. We want for talk, but on inside this month. Just in case you're only tuning in now, this is Radio Fry 97.1 FM. My own name is Lauren said, and I am here with Coach CHEMEZIE. I believe say in actual name, I can't try for column. God help me. His name is supposed to be CHEMEZIE OFODUM. Am I correct? By 10,000. By 10,000. I don't need the mistaken. You know, say correct to say try for me. You know, say there is still good for improvement.
Yeah, but you did very well.
Yeah. Anyway, I thank God we have him here, and we've been learning a lot from him about communication. Of course, today now we talk about communication within the context of family issues. We want for like bring and paint certain things then very, very clearly, because we don't find out say one of the biggest issues then at the family. You say family issue. Check no more. It's just simple misunderstanding, and the misunderstanding they come from the place of communication. Either the person not communicate well, or the person not receive the communication well, or the person not know for processor well, or somebody not will respond with and communicate with people, and they just never for take feedback. Like there are so many different things that we have to talk about. What I believe is very important, and I believe say something very profound we'll learn today. If I for just give one tip way I will left with you. Now that based on what we just learned from Coach CHEMEZIE, he say, and if in communication, if you check, you see verbal communication is just 7% of what makes up communication, and 55% of the rest is what he called body language.
Body language, yeah.
and the balance 38%, he said, that is what we called intonation. how you sound when you're saying it. It's not just what you say, but how you sound when saying it. So when you look at all of those things, you try for sure. We say, hey, there are so many aspects of communication. We mostly not on the master. We don't create a lot of issues. Therefore, we in the context of the home and now society and the nation and the world at large. So we want to begin for handle, then paint certain pictures and make certain things then clear. We don't talk about so many things then, just in case if you say you don't miss, no worry. You can also follow up the conversation back now YouTube. And I know say this now an audio visual radio experience. So I mean say wait till you get able for Siam, or you need for do now for go na YouTube and type Radio Fry right now, and you can even click the live feed and follow the conversation. But more just get verse of the day, we'll quote of the week, then we'll go straight to Coach CHEMEZIE, make and kill the balance. So the verse of the day comes from Colossians 3:13, and it says, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. This is very important. I will say again, you see this instruction given in Colossians, bearing with each other, forgiving one another, is something that only comes from the place of understanding. Remember where Coach CHEMEZIE talked a little bit just now about perspective. How you they see things and how you they see things, and they come up from firstly the place where you start for build your life, like for you check for your family where you born, the environment where you be there. Now they help for and give you a perspective of life. So if you never forget the right perspective, you see how for bear with certain people there, you don't go able. How for forgive certain people there, you don't go able. Why? Because your perspective of things might not have been cultured the way you need them for be. But now tell God thank you. We don't see say there is nothing like real disagreements. It's just that you have not been able to understand from the other person's.
That's right.
So you see, so they can learn all things in there so and more. Then also we get the quote of the week today where I believe say they come out from I believe it was Brad Pitt, and it says a family is a risky venture because the greater the love, the greater the loss. That's the trade-off. But I'll take it. That they show you say inside this family business, you get for understand say you see that PQA love Boku, you get for art where they go, but you know it's in. I just so number 8 and we'll just take another. So now that we're not there for balance, just take us so going straight back to Coach CHEMEZIE, Mr. Mr. Family.
That's good.
The family coach.
That's
please
good. Yeah.
Enter. Right. But before you're entering, remember the phone lines are open now. 088971971 is the number you should call. If you get something you want to talk about, you get a point you want for make, you get a question you want for ask the mighty Coach CHEMEZIE. Feel free for call on that number there. They call the number again 088971971. Straight to you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. You know, we cut it off at the point where we were talking about processing.
Yeah, and perspective.
Yeah. So let me give just 2 examples to buttress that, and then we'll move on to something else. So there are certain things that are in the environment where you grew up, there are maybe a local parlance or a slang or a style of communication that are, what's the word now? What's the English word? Why is it skipping my head? That are common to a particular people. All right. It may be common to these people, but not common to the other people. Right. So for those of us who use this local parlance, we know what it means and we're okay with it. But somebody else may not know what it is and will have a problem with it. Yeah. So let me give a typical example. In Nigeria, in some parts of Nigeria, there's what they say, you hear people talk and they say, your father. All right. And they were not insulting each other. It's just play.
Sometimes,
yeah. So that your father has different expressions. And that's how you hear your father. That one, like, that's how they tell your father, you know, and it's not, the person is not insulting your dad, right? But you need to grow up in that environment to understand the differences and to understand the use, you know. So, I mean, if you hear things like your father lap, you know, and it comes off to you who is not from that environment as offensive, but for the people who use it, they get the message. We're teasing at each other, and it's okay, nothing, you know, no offense. So imagine that you're not used to that, and I mean, if somebody walks up to you, you are talking, cracking a joke, guys, your father, you're not going to find it funny.
Yeah, which one of the fathers?
What
Are
is
you okay?
bringing my father into this? What kind of disrespect is that? You know, I remember back then in secondary school or primary school, you can there are some people that you can tell them anything and they will not respond to you. If you insult their parents, mother, they will fight you. Excellent.
I really pray that it's something that we are able to gain skills in.
Yeah.
Because trust me, if only fathers and mothers can master this, you will find it very difficult to find kids that are wayward. Why? Because anything you want to teach your child, you know how to communicate it to them
at their level.
You understand how do they see things. Come on, people, why make way they want to picking and not take novel then put up front and then take picture book? That was a reason. They understood that this is where we are. That is not where they are. So we have to calm down, and when we are coming down, we have to make it very simple for them.
Oh yes,
and they bring a lot of illustrations.
Oh yes,
and so many
pictures,
things,
videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe that those things are cues to help us to understand that communication can work if only you can put in the necessary effort that will make it work. Because there are 4 sides of communication based on what we have said, and you can fail in communication in any of those 4 sides.
Oh, yes.
If you get 3 correct and you get 1 wrong, communication has not.
Yeah.
So you see, the room is there, but it is well. I would have to ask you though another question, and this would be, how what would you say would be the best way, or what would you say are the best ways people can prepare themselves to respond? Because communicating is one, responding after is another thing. What would you say are the best ways that people will prepare themselves to respond rightly to messages communicated to them?
Very good. There's what we call listening.
I like the way you answered it simply. That's what we call listening.
Yes, listening is different from hearing.
Okay.
Yeah. You hear by default. You listen intentionally.
Today we have a lot of bars. Celebrate the bar, somebody. What? You listen.
You hear.
You hear
by default. If you have ears that are working, you hear by default.
You listen.
But you listen intentionally.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's possible for people to feel like they are listening whilst they are hearing.
They're hearing. They're not listening.
Oh. So please go into depth.
Yes,
Help us understand how to listen.
Excellent. There's something called listening skills. There is a how to listen. Now, when a conversation is going on, many times, because of the way conversation works, you talk, I talk, you talk, I talk. Many times when somebody is talking, the other person wants to talk back. So sometimes they won't wait for you to land, because then they all get point now, don't you? But it takes discipline to say, that thing I want to say can wait. Let me hear to understand. Let me listen now. Let me apply myself to understand what this person is saying. All right? So listening means that I am concentrating on what you are saying. I'm concentrating on what your body language is saying. I'm concentrating on the information from the tone and the accentuation of your voice. Right? And then I'm also hearing what you are not saying. This, which is what we call reading in between the lines. So I tell you that, let me try to keep examples that are within the family. I tell you, Daddy, our next door neighbor, his son is throwing a party tomorrow. I want to be there. I want us to go and play. And your daddy says, that would have been good. Is it not Junior? His birthday. Are you sure you will go? He has not told you no. But a good listener who is observing that conversation will know that why is he drawing back?
Really seems like
there's a reason he does not want to say yes. Do you understand? Okay. So if at the end of the day he just does Junior's birthday, there's something comes up, he does not give you an answer. Tomorrow you carry yourself and go for Junior's birthday. When he comes back, where are you? He says, why? Bitch, shut up. Why did you go? He said, boy, you did not tell me not to go. But if you watched that conversation,
he also did not say go.
He did not say go. And he was not even inclined to telling you to go. Right? What happened there was, by listening to what is not being said, you will get the message. You will get the message. Do you understand? So that's because you were intentional enough to pay attention to not just the sound coming out from his mouth, but his other body language. Why is he now asking you which Junior? He has always known Junior now. Junior is, But then by the time you now ask her, you now discover that him and Junior's father, they are fighting over car park space. You park in my space, you do not park in my space. Yeah, the other day you use your car to, so because they are quarreling, he doesn't want the children to meet, but he does not know how he will tell you I'm quarreling with his father. Do you understand? So you see, that's just an example of, listening intentionally. All right. Now, of course, you don't expect a child to be able to do that just yet if they are not trained. But that was just an example to pass the fact that sometimes you're talking to somebody, and then from what they are saying, you're able to pick out what they are not saying, which is even more important than what they are saying. So I'm asking you that. I noticed that there are a lot of all these fine girls in your office. You're not dating anyone. I see you see girls, man. Talk to them now. And then you're like, yeah, so they are fine girls. Yeah, they are fine girls. Yeah. Anybody can date them. If you are saying that, then I know that there's a reason why there's something that is making you not want to date this girl. Yeah. There's a reason you're not going there. But because I don't know, and I'm just there to tell you, but by the time I go and find out, that girl, her boyfriend is in the army. The last person he caught with his girl, he shot his leg. Yeah, nobody goes there. You see, because I'm listening to what you are not saying, I know that there's something else. So I'll not corner you later. But that time when we're talking, why didn't you? Then you not tell me that girl fear her. She rose with the politicians. That's okay, I better go. I don't want problem. You see, because I paid attention to what you were not saying. But if it's just about what you're saying, you say, sure, anybody, I feel like I'll go for her. But really, the way I've said it, that I need to find out more. Listening is intentional. In listening, you really want to understand what is being said. All right, and you also want to understand what is not said. You also want to understand what is inferred. There are certain things people will not tell you plainly, but they expect you to get the message. Do you understand? So that is what listening does. It's in listening that you're going to be able to pick out those details. Do you understand? So that is one way that you can avoid getting off on the wrong foot with someone during communication by listening. And in listening, we're telling you that hear what they're saying. I've said all those points. Beyond that, we're saying don't be listening to talk. Listen to understand. Don't be keen to be interrupting people when they're talking. This is one bad habit a lot of people have, especially parents. They are shouting at you. Why did you do it? You're trying to explain. So you're nobody. Let me talk now. Let me talk. And you see, that's parents and children. What about husband and wife?
Sweeter.
She's explaining that, no, my husband, that time you said, so you're saying that, if you keep interjecting like that, they will not land on what they are saying. There's no communication, and you are not listening. And this is one problem women have with men. You are not listening to me. You are not listening. What do you want to say again? Did you not say that it was because of, but she's trying to go somewhere. She has never even gotten there, and you're interrupting. Sometimes it's the women that do it too.
I just wanted to say that.
I know where you're going. I saw your face.
I was like, my brother, the men, the women know.
So you see, because of my practice, we try not to genderize some of these things. Do you understand? Because it's a human thing. It's a human thing. Howbeit, in particular societies and particular contexts, there are certain things that a particular gender would tend to do more. Yeah. Do you understand? But the point is, don't be jumping into another person's talk. Let them land. Let them land. Let them explain what they're trying to say. Let them articulate what's in their mind. Let them express themselves. Yeah. You see, but what many people do is that they keep cutting you in. They don't allow you land. But yet they want you to listen to them. And then in counseling, this is one problem we have. Two people come to you and they're telling you, hey, okay, that's okay. Oga, talk. Oga, talk. Auntie is quiet. She's listening. Now, Auntie talk. Before she goes to Oga, you had your time now. Yeah, wait for your next time. This one is her time. On the flip side, she's talking, or he is talking, and she keeps continuing. I'm saying, Auntie, wait now, you will have your own turn. This is turn. You see? That's because people are not listening to allow the person to land. They want to say what is on their own mind. That's a problem. All right. Now, another one is that people people are quick to judge. So somebody says something to you, you are not finding out why, you are not finding out how. You just say, so for example, he came late to the studio today. It's not serious now. Now, is he serious with his life? Like, hello, do you know if there was a flat tire? Do you know if there was an explosion in front of his house? Do you know what could have happened? And all you just do is the sledgehammer. You just attack the person. That kind of person, tomorrow, they will not be free enough to talk to you. So if you're that kind of person who is always judging, always condemning, you see, it will determine the kind of things that people will say to you. And this is one challenge couples have. You know, even children and parents. All right? Something happens. And a guy is trying to explain how the money that, was supposed to give you for market, it got swindled and this and that happened. And then you just start you see, but did I not want you? That not you never ask question. That business you're going to do, it does not work. You just have to. That's the last time you're going to hear from him. Oh yeah, he's just going to lock up.
I did say.
Because he does not have power for all those kind of emotions. No, he will leave you.
And that's what happens mostly to people that, they have come to a place of emotional maturity.
Yeah.
When they see that you don't want to offer them the respect that they deserve, they'll just withdraw.
Yeah. And it won't help that relationship.
You will feel like, I had my say. I told him the peace of my mind. You just lost a friend.
So that's the next point I was going to make. How you say what you're saying. All right. You don't express the peace of your mind, the PIEC. That's I give you a piece of my mind, PIECE, right? What we tell people is express the PEACE, the peace, the calm, the coordination, the wellness of your mind. That is what you should communicate. All right. And that's an area where people have a challenge. You see something, you just say it as it is. Don't say it as it is. Say it as it is healthy. Do you understand? Don't say it as it is. Say it as it is healthy. That will make a difference.
Yeah.
People just tell you, that's me, I know myself. If I say it exactly the way it is. Oh God, that's saying exactly the way it is. It has been causing problems for you, sir. It has been causing problems. Nobody in your office likes you. You did not get promotion the last time because of your bad mouth. All your relationships are failing. Your children are not happy with you. Your spouse is not happy with you. Yeah, but that's me. I said, no, something is wrong with you. That's actually a trauma. That's a problem. You need to learn.
Wow.
You see, so these are a lot of things that happen in communication, and people they hold their ground, holding very firmly to their weaknesses, which are things that they should let go of, but they're holding firmly and proudly to it, and they want the whole world to accept them like that. You see, but then the person you're talking to, you see, these are not problem people people have. The person you're talking to has a right, the same way you have a right to express yourself. That person has a right to peace in their lives. And they have a right to express themselves the way they like. So if you think you can shout, they too can shout. But then you are shouting at somebody, but you expect them to stay calm and listen to you. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. And then you now get offended that you raise your voice and they raise their voice too. But in the first place, why did you raise your voice? Are you seeing it? You see, and then there's the golden principle of life where Jesus said, do what you do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. You want to be respected. Why can't you speak to somebody with respect? This is where fathers in the house now are having problems. Because the man believes that I am all in all.
Shout.
I can talk to him, I might not understand. I'm the man in the house. You don't want to be disrespected, but every other person can be disrespected. No, that's wrong. You see, if you don't want to be disrespected, then respect every other person. It is what you sow that you would reap. You sow respect, you would reap respect. You sow disrespect, you will reap disrespect one day. Do you understand? So these are many dynamics that affect communication in the home. If you think that people should apologize to you when they offend you, do you tell people sorry? I know couples that the man will tell you his wife can never apologize, or women that will say my husband can never apologize. If you are like that, hearing me now, hearing the sound of my voice, please take note. It's not a good behavior. It's not good. It is toxic.
It's very true. It's very.
Do you understand? If you can see that you have done something wrong that is offending somebody else, nothing will reduce you by saying, okay, I am sorry. How can I make it right?
You know, some people feel like the only thing to communicate is their point.
Exactly.
They don't understand that there are other things to communicate.
Exactly.
You have like there is this thing called, just in case you did not hear, you never heard about it, it's called remorse.
Oh yes.
You need to learn how to. That is something every man should learn how to communicate. Why? Because at the end of the day, you have to accept that I am human. And being human also means I will be wrong sometimes.
Oh, yes.
That is not a maybe. It will
be.
happen.
Oh, yes.
So if you have not prepared yourself that you're definitely going to be wrong someday, and there is a way to respond when you are wrong.
There is a way.
You will find out that you lose a lot of people because your need to be right will drive them away.
It will drive them away.
And that's the other thing I wanted to also come in with. You see, when it comes to responding to communication, another thing I believe that would definitely negatively affect how you respond is the fact that you have this very strong need to be right.
Oh, my, thank you.
It's just a big problem.
Yes.
It's a big problem because at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself certain things. Am I here to be right? Did I give birth to my son so I will be right till he dies? Or do I want to come to a point that one day I'll be happy to see that my son is now right? What is the point? What is the point of marrying somebody if the person should never have an opinion till they die? You get married to a woman and everything you want to be right is what you know.
Yeah.
And the woman cannot say, okay, today let us cook okra. And you say, no, me I want cassava leaves. And you say, oh well, it's nice, but the only issue is you did not give enough money, and the thing to cook okra is at the house. It's at the house already. We
Let's
can
just
manage
make
it.
do with this one.
No. In every day, allow the woman for land safe. Cassava leaf. Now the woman has to do magic.
These are real issues.
Very, very real issues. Yeah. So, like, I don't know, like, in your perspective, when it comes to this need to be right, how do you think is the best way to address it?
So let me tell you something. That thing you're describing is a personality disorder.
Okay.
It goes deep.
Wow.
It actually goes very deep. Because many times people who are like that are acting out their traumas.
Okay.
These are serious conversations that maybe some other time we'll get into.
Okay.
You know, so many times those people cannot be helped by their partners just by responding to them normally.
Okay.
Many times they need to seek therapy.
Okay.
Because they don't even know what's wrong with them. They don't even know that behavior is wrong.
Wow.
Oh, yes. They don't know it's wrong. But it's in therapy that we'll be able to, there's what we call psychoanalysis, and you can psychodynamics, and then you can really get into the core of the issues, the root where that problem started from. And then they'll be able to see it for what it is, and then they will be willing to now start making adjustments to become better people. All right? So it's not a surface level thing. It's a core behavioral challenge or disorder, right? Now, and that needs to be right. You're always right. No other person can be right. Your word is final. It is wrong. It is also culturally transmitted, actually. You know, oh yes, because by the time men who saw their fathers behave like that, it formed in them an opinion of what fatherhood or what it means to be a man. Do you understand? You cannot be questioned. Your word is always law. Nobody can have an opinion except yours. No other opinion can be valid except yours. You know, but that's not right. So by the time you saw that being modeled to you as what it means to be a man, you would not want to live less of that. So you would carry the same thing, and you would not know that you are just hurting your family members and other people all over the place. All right, because you didn't learn the emotional strength of what it means to listen to other people. You know, to defer to another person's opinion. You must not always be right. You will be wrong. You see, and people like that, even when they see that they are wrong, they will blame it on other people. They will not take responsibility. Oh yes. Instead, that's why you see abusive people say things like, I slapped you because you talked like that. No, but me slapping you is wrong. It's unacceptable. I don't want to be slapped.
I slapped you because you deserve it. You deserve it. When you spoke to me, you deserve a slap.
Just imagine that. You know, so I've spoken to it from the person who is the one having that kind of behavior. Now let me speak to the person who is on the receiving side. When you see somebody who always wants to be right, the way to work with them is with wisdom. It's not to try to argue with them. Because you will further infuriate them, and then it will get to a point where they will take it beyond verbal exchange, and they will make it physical.
Wow.
Oh, yes. That's how these things happen. As the argument continues, tension is rising, emotions are rising. This person is trying to tell you, you must listen to me. You must accept what I am saying. And you too, you are also rising, your tension is also rising. You are challenging them because they want to ultimately subdue you. They will employ any means possible to get you down. And most times, before you know what happens, there's a punch, there's a slap, there's a takedown, and then because I must subdue you.
You are teaching me about some parents.
Oh, yes. That's why you see these things. Because if when the person spoke to you like that, you received it and kept quiet, it won't escalate. But because you're talking, they cannot be wrong. So whatever you're doing, you're wasting your time. So imagine two people like that, and that's why war happens between countries. Because nobody will accept to peddle for the other one. And I talk you, I want my way, you want your way, I want my way. Let us negotiate and agree. No way, it's my way. Okay, until we fight, and then the stronger person subdue the lesser person. But they are always casualties.
Yes.
That's the problem with that. That's the problem with that. So if you're the one who has a father or a spouse or a family member who know the year what way must be their way, you need to relate to them with wisdom. You need to find other creative and gentle ways to communicate your opinion to them in a way that they will see it and buy it.
Okay.
In fact, let them own it as their own. So what do you do if you're a woman married to that kind of husband? You don't prove your points to him. You suggest your points.
Oh, yeah. They have spoken about it in church up until now.
You suggest your points. Yeah. You don't say, this is what we should do, this is you say, what do you think? Don't you think that if we approach it like this, rather, maybe just check it so you just discover that you make him feel like it is his own thought. You don't say, yes. When my wife said that thing, I was thinking about it already. I was thinking about such. Just said it. He was not thinking about it. But you have presented it in a way that you will avoid conflict. Don't forget I said these people, it's very hard to cure it. It's very, very hard, yes. Because behavioral disorders don't change like that very easily, right? It needs therapy and very intentional processes, but you're already stuck in that situation, so you need to have wisdom to know how to relate with these people. Somebody will say, you're not just massaging their ego. If that is what it takes for people to have a peaceful coexistence and achieve your common goals, then do it for a while, while you are hoping that he will get the message along the line and become a better person, or will enroll for therapy and stuff like that. But first, if this is what it takes, then do it. All right. These are the times where you say one person should agree to play the fool. All right. But the hope is that you don't have to do that for life, because it can also backfire. Do you understand? But let me say one or two other things, because I know our time is almost out.
We have like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. So I wanted to say something about some wrong ways people talk. Always comparing. Comparing your wife with other women, comparing your husband with other women, comparing your children with other children is wrong. You don't do that. All right. So people generalize. Somebody does something once, you say they're always doing it.
I say, the old women.
All
women are like that.
This, all young men are the just behavior. All you people, your child breaks one glass. Say, that's how you're breaking all the glasses in this house. But it's only one that he broke. Do you understand? So comparison is wrong. Generalizations are wrong. All right. Talking down on people is wrong. Don't speak in a way that it reduces somebody's self-esteem and self-dignity. You understand? Another thing some people do is that they show contempt by the ways they talk. They talk people down. Like, just look at you like this one, and that's not good. You see? Another thing people do is that they refuse to, like you said, they cannot accept that they are wrong, so they're very defensive. Anything you say, they turn it back and put it at you. They make you the one who is wrong rather than them, you see. And then these are things that destroy peaceful coexistence. All right? So for those who are hearing me, don't be those kind of people. Learn how to, speak words that will be helpful to the other people. Because you too, you would like that people speak to you in ways that are helpful to you. Be gracious in your speech. Accommodate other people. Give excuses for them. Do you understand? That way, it will reduce the number of friction. Do you understand? Because you really cannot control somebody the way somebody processes information. But you can make excuse for them. That maybe he did not know better. Maybe he did not understand. He will get it later. And then you're also patient with them and patient in your explanation. All right, let me just stop there because we cannot finish this matter. Yeah.
I mean, the truth is, this thing is very, very broad and wide, and I really am grateful that we're able to have you here to give us most of these points. I believe these are not things that you can just find like that out there. We've gone to school, we've gone to college, and we're learning now. So you see, it's telling you that there are certain things you don't learn them in the classroom.
Oh yes.
There are certain things you only are able to learn them when you are able to meet the people with that kind of knowledge and experience and start asking questions. And this is another thing about communication that I would really love to leave with people at the end of the day, and that would be don't hold back questions in your communication. Yeah. Don't hold back questions. No, why? Questions help you to clarify things. Oh, yes. Questions help you to learn new things that you don't know. There are certain things that somebody will say, and just by you asking a question to clarify what they're saying will help you to break into an understanding that you could have never gotten on your own. And sometimes, if you don't ask those questions, you find yourself either aggravated or feeling either spoken down at, or being in a place of conflict or misunderstanding, simply based on the fact that you are just not yet there in your own process, or your own ecosystem has not exposed you to that level of knowledge. And that is not a bad thing. It's just showing you that everybody in life grows. It means there is still room for you to grow. And and if no matter how far you go in this life, there will still be more room to grow. So there's nothing to make you feel bad about that. And lastly, I would want to say, see this place about being right. The only thing I would drop lastly on that one is that everybody, if we all can come to this place where we understand that the aim of communication is agreement, not rightness. You would always approach communication from the place where, even when you disagree with somebody else, you'll be looking for whatsoever their point is has in common with what you also are trying to project to them, and from there find a way for you guys to either have a compromise, which is meeting in the middle, or you are able to agree without even needing to disagree, because there is always a way where what you want to do can work with what somebody else wants to do. The only thing now is, are you willing to open your mind enough to that possibility and to that reality? And a lot of people rather just be right than try to, as you said, accommodate other people's thoughts, accommodate or create room for other people's expressions and their own values. And I believe that if that is how you are, you have not come to the place to understand exactly what a relationship should be. And when I say relationship, I'm not just talking about husband and wife. I mean even friendship. Yes. Because you are making room for this person's values, this person's hopes, this person's dreams, this person's opinions.
That's right.
If there is no room for that, if there is no value for that, there is no relationship.
True.
There is no friendship. There is nothing. So at the end of the day, the question you are asking yourself is, do you want to live your life for the rest of your life just alone? Because even if you have a group of people that the only thing they are there to do is agree with you alone, and it means you just don't know it, but you are actually alone. So let's try to create room for every other person, even in the family, even if the person is small, past you or younger than you. Create room for people to be able to express themselves and feel valued and valid in their opinions. At the end of the day, you go find out, say, communication will be something that you will master. People will be able to love you and feel so happy and free to bring their stuff to you, because they know that you will never talk down on it or turn it down on the behalf or on the fact that you have some opinion or you have an agenda or you think you are wiser or whatsoever. All of those things, people will naturally like to bring stuff to you. And at the end of the day, that is what we all want. We want to be included in the people that we love their lives. We want to feel like other people value us. That's right. That is what we don't want. You want it.
Everybody wants
so if you want it, get somebody else to feel that very same way by the way you respond to their communication. I believe that's the best I can leave you with today. Thank you so much, Coach CHEMEZIE.
Thank you.
At least I don't sabi your name. We'll continue to have more of him throughout this month, because this now in business, so we'll expect more from him. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Radio Fry 97.1 FM. We'll be back tomorrow with another wonderful topic. Enjoy the music.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry's mid-morning show, The Brunch, from Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. till 12 midday on 97.1 FM, live on our Facebook page, Radio Fry, and on our website, www.fryfry.live. Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.